This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com coming at you with a daily wrestling news update. I am going to do my Wrestling Observer review tomorrow, Saturday, because it was a big edition this week. And I didn't really feel like going through the whole thing. So I will do it tomorrow. But even the news today is a big addition because Vince McMahon decided to become WWE chairman officially again. For those of you that somehow thought the owner of the company was somehow incapable of taking back full control of the company, I've been saying all along, he's the owner of the company. He can do whatever he wants pretty much, and he can find ways around doing stuff. But apparently, for right now, Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon, Paul Levesque, and Frank Riddick are still going to be keeping their day-to-day operations, office positions with the company, according to the Observer. Vince is apparently just going to be working out of the office for now and will be in discussions about possibly selling the WWE and getting new TV deals in place. Apparently, a lot of the key people in the company knew that this play would be attempted. And it is expected that long term, he will probably take a more hands-on control of the company once the TV rights negotiations are finished. If the company is not sold, but if it is sold, he might also want to take a position under the new owners, which would have been more difficult for him to do if he wasn't back officially part of the company, if it had been sold without him being directly involved in the negotiations. So, yeah. They're definitely looking to sell the company, possibly. That's interesting. The stock was up again today, up $12.23 a share, actually. Apparently, it was announced on SmackDown tonight, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the title at Royal Rumble. This is not even me not being a Kevin Owens fan. This is legit why I don't care about WWE pay-per-views anymore. Does anyone think there's a snowball's chance in hell of Kevin Owens beating Roman Reigns for the title? There's just no way that's going to happen because everyone knows it's either going to be Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns or The Rock against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And there's nothing to that match other than we know, like, it's not even a guy that I think there's a possibility that would beat him because he jobbed to Cody Rhodes a bunch of times when Cody Rhodes came back. And he rarely beats the stars. So I find that's kind of a shitty main event because it's just so obvious. It's bad enough that Roman Reigns always wins. And same with the tag team guys, the Usos. But that one's a little bit even more obvious. Dana White's slap fight show that was supposed to start next week has been delayed at least a week after he slapped his wife, after she slapped him. From the video I saw, she slapped him in a bar. They had both been drinking. He slapped her, then she slapped him again. But because he is supposed to do this power slap league, it's bad timing. So apparently the whole show might be canceled. And yes, it was going to air after AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be back with the Observer review. Good evening to you, David. Snafu. Dana White Vince McMahon is a good heel character, and he pops the ratings. as far as the people that he paid off, they signed settlements and took their money. So as far as I'm concerned, I mean, those are done deals. And the stuff from like 30 years ago that people are coming out with, why didn't they press charges 30 years ago? It just sounds weird. Game says no, Roman always wins. Yeah, I don't think anyone, unless you're, and I'm not hating on development disabled people, but I don't think anyone believes that there would be any chance Kevin Owens would win that. So I think that's a crappy. For everyone, this is Triple H is such a great booker. That's a shitty main event. Snafu says Dana White started a slap fight promo with his wife. Well, apparently the show might not even happen now. Piper's doing all right. She's with her mother tonight, and she's doing good. David, thank you for checking in on Piper too. Appreciate it. I did have her the last couple days, but because she hadn't been feeling well, I just didn't wake her up to do these videos because she needs her rest. Peter, my movie has been put on hold. I would like to finish doing it this year. There were some scenes filmed for it last year, but we'll see how things go. No, you can never kill Vince McMahon. As long as he's alive, he's going to have a hand in WWE. Unless it's fully sold to someone else, not associated with Vince. But he still was the majority shareholder of the company. So the people that thought he was out are just crazy. Someone says Vince built the company and changed wrestling. He can do whatever he wants. It's his company. Ricky Sinclair, does the Triple H creative feel messy? It's overrated, especially for Raw. Vince Russo did a rant about Triple H's booking of Raw, and from what I've seen and read about Raw, and that rant is on this channel, I think Vince was pretty accurate. But I don't know why everyone thinks Triple H is going to be so much better than Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon created the WWE. But yeah, I don't know. I never thought Triple H's NXT was entertaining. And all that I've seen him do is bring back a lot of NXT performers, people that were never really over. Danny, I like Vince Russo too. He was booking with Vince during the highest rated period of wrestling, the Monday Night Wars, where they were getting ratings sometime in the 8s. Now they're getting in the 0.4s, 0.27 last week for Raw. From 8.2 or 8.3 when Russo was booking. And yes, there we go again. Some people say, well, Russo was only good when Vince McMahon was the filter. Are these the same people saying that Vince McMahon shouldn't be back running creative if he's this great filter? I don't know. And yes, stock price did pop. I am not running Great North Wrestling anymore. I'm disillusioned with wrestling after, due to reasons beyond my control last year. I couldn't run a show that I invested a shitload of money in and nobody wanted to help me out. So I ended up having to pay a shitload of stuff. So I don't want to waste money putting other people over anymore. But Jack Kilby has taken over the company as far as promoting events, and there is going to be an event, it looks like, in April, and more information on that will be in the coming weeks. But actually next week there's going to be more information on that, and there's very likely going to be 2 events in one day on that particular show. Danny, I think Vince Russo is more honest than Jim Cornette, that's for sure. And one of the more, honestly, I'll tell you guys this. I've been in the wrestling business since 2001, and I've been a promoter. I've been a wrestler. Um, I've done a lot. I've booked talents. I've booked shows, and I can tell you most people in wrestling are assholes. Like I would say 90%. It's just the nature of the business. It's very arrogant people and very selfish people. Vince Russo, I would honestly say, is one of the nicest people in wrestling from a genuine person. Like I could tell you guys that. I would put him in up there with Hillbilly Jim as one of the nicer guys I've dealt with, and the not selfish guys, and the not workers. I can tell you from firsthand experience, Jim Cornette is a pure liar. I've heard him make up pure lies about me, and the funny thing is, people will just take his lies and just run with it like it's real. Where I don't see Vince Russo like trying to bury people with lies the way assholes like Cornette do. But did he have some bad booking stuff? Yes, he did. But it was still better than what it is now. And what he did at the height of his career hasn't been matched yet. So I wouldn't. There's good and bad about everybody. I don't agree with all of his booking decisions, but if I ran an AEW, I would want Vince Russo as a consultant. If I had a wrestling company that was well funded, I would 100% want Vince Russo as a consultant. I'd also want Eric Bischoff and Kevin Sullivan as consultants, because I think all of those guys have very good minds. Do I think Vince has ever messed with any of the current top women in WWE? No, I don't think so. Did I break Terry Funk's eardrum when I slapped him? According to folklore, yes. So there you go. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow with the very detailed Wrestling Observer review. Hope everyone has a wonderful first weekend of 2023.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.